Hey y'all! So I've been playing Sims 2 since about 2007 or 2008. Yes, I was 6 or 7 when I started playing the game. Don't worry about that. While I've played the game on and off for years, I think I definitely have had enough experience playing it to form opinions on the different packs. And I wanted to share all those opinions with y'all today. So today I'll be ranking all the Sims 2 expansion packs, not including the stuff packs just because they're stuff packs and it's not really gameplay, and I'm focusing on gameplay particularly in this video. Also, I never owned all the stuff packs actually. I think there was about 2 or 3 that I never owned and played with, so I really can't speak on those, but I can speak on the expansion packs. However, shout out H&M stuff and shout out IKEA stuff. Like I really wish I could play those currently. I also thought it'd be cool to compare the different Sims 2 collections. So this includes the Ultimate Collection, the Super Collection for Mac, and the Legacy Collection. Granted, I haven't played the Legacy Collection specifically since I have a Mac right now, but I have played all the others and I've watched some things on the Legacy Collection and I think I have opinions on it, but you can take that particular opinion with a grain of salt. So without further ado, let's begin. And here's my computer where I am doing the ranking. So if I'm looking this way, that's where I'm doing the ranking. So the categories that I've come up with today start with the top tier category, which is self-explanatory, top tier expansion packs and collections. Right under that is very necessary, which is just a little bit under top tier. Like I still think it's a good and necessary pack, just not my top tier, but still really good. And then we have middle of the road, a good pack. Then we have an okay pack, and then we have a pack that's a waste of money. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Maxis and EA did their big ones with The Sims 2 in my opinion. So I don't think that I'll have anything in the waste of money. I don't think this game is a waste of money, honestly. And I'm not even sure that I'll have any of the packs in okay, but we'll see. Stay tuned. So I'm gonna be starting with The Sims 2 base game. This is technically not an expansion pack, obviously, it's the base game, but I put it in here because, I don't know, just for kicks. Just the base game, I'm gonna rank it anyway. So the Sims 2 base game, you know, let's go into the cultural context of it all. Coming from the Sims 1, Sims 2, insane jump. Also, the types of games out in 2004, Sims 2, just something so new, different, vibrant. They definitely improved on the game a lot from release, just through the different expansion packs actually, because a lot of the expansion packs would include just random fixes that weren't particularly related to the expansion pack's theme, which we will talk about with some of these. But I don't know, they did good about keeping up with the base game and like patching it when necessary, changing things, and I feel like it was a good game. And so I'm just gonna say it's very necessary. You know, everything wasn't perfect in the base game, but it's first of all necessary to play, and I love this iteration of The Sims, so she was necessary to me. Next we have Apartment Life, which I think was actually the last Sims 2 expansion pack that was released. Unfortunately, it's one of 2 expansion packs that have not been updated or ported to the Mac, so I haven't been able to play it for years. I have played it obviously, but haven't played it for years, which is unfortunate. So I did refresh myself on all of the pack features because some of these packs I haven't been playing with because I am a Mac user, and some I just haven't played with recently, but I did refresh myself. Don't worry, don't even worry about it, sweetheart. So Apartment Life, obviously the main function of this pack was to have apartments, but it also had, it was the last expansion pack release, so they released just a lot of fixes, a lot of interactions, which I didn't even realize came with Apartment Life until I read the list and then realized that, yeah, these interactions aren't in my game right now because I play the Super Collection. There's just like cute like children's and toddlers interactions that were included and romantic interactions, things like that. And Apartment Life also included witches and the whole magic NPC system. There were also social classes, which I never really played with when I was playing Apartment Life years ago, so I can't speak too much on those, but I do remember really enjoying the witch gameplay. And Belladonna Cove is really cool, the world that comes with Apartment Life, because it has like the different classes and just there's so much in that neighborhood. I think apartments were done pretty well in The Sims 2 from what I do remember. I don't play with them all the time, well, obviously right now I can't, but when I could, I didn't play with them all the time. And I'm sitting here really just trying to think, will I put this in top tier or will I put it in very necessary? just because of all the other stuff that it came with. Let me refresh myself. There were cute things here. I'm gonna put apartment life in very necessary. I'm not gonna say it's my top tier because like I said, I don't think you need apartment gameplay all the time. And not even, so like, is it necessary to have apartment gameplay all the time? No, but I think that the amount of things that this pack came with really make it better than just good. So I'm gonna put it in very necessary. The next pack is Bon Voyage, and this is included in the super collection, so I have been able to play it. I haven't been able to explore it fully yet just because where I'm at with my family, if you've been keeping up with my Sims 2 videos, we're in college, so we're really exploring Sims 2 University. But Bon Voyage, it's so cool. It was a predecessor to the Sims 3 World Adventures, and they did so much with it. While there's not a ton of gameplay that is applicable to your Sims everyday life, I mean, the point of it is the vacation worlds and all of that. I like that there are like certain things that are locked to each location, like dances and jewelry, different NPCs and things like that. I think it's separate from the monotony of like an everyday gameplay, which, you know, The Sims is a life simulator, so the everyday is in real life. There's also monotony to the everyday. So, and honestly, I'm saying all this because I want to justify putting it in top tier, just because I feel like Bon Voyage it's just a classic. It's just a classic to me. Okay, next is Free Time. I already know where I want to put this. I love Free Time, and I already can tell you right now it's going in top tier. I am so upset that it is not available for Mac users, and I don't know what we have to do to get EA to allow Asper to just hurry up and port the last few expansion packs because I'm screaming. But yeah, I love Free Time. I am a like gameplay girl. I am a, I guess, functional items question mark that you can use in your everyday gameplay. That is right up my alley, and that is my cup of tea. Free Time also came with Desiderata Valley, which we love when there's a new world involved. I used to love the car, like fixing up the car all the time. I love the hobbies and the secret hobby lots. I love that this game added NPC aging. This is an example of one of the just like Sims game fixes that they would add per pack. Also love a genie. I love a genie as well. And yeah, not much more I can say. I think they really did their thing with Free Time, and I do wish that I could play it right now, but since I can't, what I can do is put it in top tier on my tier making list. So I'm like, can we even buy The Sims 2 like per expansion pack these days? I don't think so. I think you have to like play it via a collection. I'm not positive though. I'll look into that. So Sims 2 Nightlife. This one was focused on nightlife type things. They added the downtown and a lot of new lots and just events. They added vampires here. Again, quality of life increases, so found out that inventories came with nightlife. Did you know? Nightlife is also where they added drivable cars. See, it's so interesting what things they just realized they should include until they include it in the pack. I think nightlife is really fun, and honestly, I would say it's a necessary pack. I'm trying to decide, will I say it's a top tier pack? I love nightlife. I love the nightlife theme music. Also, like, I might say it's top tier just for that theme music, like Not Gonna Hold Y'all. I guess you can say nightlife is kind of like a way to get away from the monotony that I was talking about, but in a more grounded way, because your sim is like, you know, it's still within their life. It's just at the nighttime. And here's where they also added a dating mini game, which I haven't really done that stuff yet because I usually start with my families like as a married couple. Maybe I gotta get into it. Where do I want to put nightlife? This is the question. I think right now I'm going to put nightlife in very necessary because she's necessary to me. So the next pack is Open for Business, and while I have like fond memories of this pack for some reason, like truly fond memories, and it is included in the super collection that I have now, I don't use it that much. If you don't go out of your way to use the business mechanics, you're not going to use them, which I know, riveting revelation, but it's true. And you know, they did add those workbenches where you make the stuff. You can make the products even if you're not a business owner, like having a business. You can make like the flowers or the toys or whatever on the different workbenches, but I haven't done it that much, to be honest. They also added servos with this pack, which I also have never played with. As you can see, there's a lot of things I do need to explore still, but it's just not, I think it's fun, and I think the business mechanics are still fun and they were well made, but I feel like it's not realistic personally for my gameplay that I do most often. So I'm not saying that it's a bad pack by any means, but It's just not one of my most used or most reached for. So for that reason, I'm gonna put it in good, because it's not bad. I just don't use it that much because I feel like it's not, you know, like I said, it's not an everyday type pack. So the next pack is Sims 2 Pets, and honestly this is one of the packs that really just did what it was set out to do. It really kind of just focused mainly on pets, which makes sense because it's a whole new life form that they have to worry about and, you know, build up the mechanics for, but it wasn't really much else included. I mean, they did include werewolves in pets, but that is an occult state that I feel like I am more scared of, like I play with less often. First of all, Sims 2 werewolves just look scary, like I'm not even gonna hold y'all, but yeah, I don't play with them as often. They were really good about integrating their different packs with each other. So like for instance, if you have open for business and pets, you can like sell pets and that type of stuff. And they did include smaller pets like guinea pigs and birds and stuff with this, which is cool. And pets also did include those random pets that kind of show up to your lot at random times, like a skunk or a penguin, which is very cute. The penguin happens if it's snowing, if you have seasons. Are those two packs integrated? I don't know. I don't play with my pets as often either. And since there's not a lot of stuff that's integrated into the everyday, well, it is integrated into everyday, but again, you have to be wanting to play with your pets, which I don't always want pets. So for me personally, I think I'm going to also rank pets as a good pack, because again, this is just like a specific gameplay and they really niche down in the pack. So it's really just like if you want pets. So I wouldn't say it's necessary out of everything, but I think they did a good job with what they did here. The next pack is Sims 2 Seasons. And one thing I will tell y'all, this is necessary. I think with all the Sims games, the Seasons pack is always just like a classic pack. And honestly, in life, there are seasons, depending on where you live, but a lot of the world experiences seasons. So I think for a life simulator, you do need seasons. And I love plant sims. I love the gardening features that came with seasons. Another new neighborhood came with seasons, River Blossom Hills, which I'm not like particularly attached to, but it is a nice solid neighborhood. And it also came with quite a few new careers and different like minor tweaking things. Like this is where you could set different hairstyles per outfit, which makes sense because like for your outerwear, you might want a hat, but you might not want that every day. So personally, I think that Seasons is goated. And I do think that Seasons is a top tier Sims 2 pack. The next pack is the Sims 2 University, which in the modern day especially, I am no stranger to. I've been playing with the Sims University for the past few months as I play my game, and that's just where we are in the gameplay. But Sims University, I think, was a really good iteration of the Sims University. Out of all the games, it might honestly be my favorite Sims University expansion pack, like out of 2, 3, and 4, because I actually have played University for all of those. I think Sims 2 University might be my favorite. It's really good. And I know you can only go to University once, but I never really want or need my sim to go multiple times. And if I'm doing University, I don't know, I find myself not wanting to interrupt my gameplay for University as much in Sims 3 or 4, but I really do appreciate Sims 2 University. Also in this pack, they included young adults, but you can only be a young adult if you go to University, which is interesting. I do like that the young adult life stage is included in the later games. I just think they did the University gameplay really well, and they have like the secret societies and the Greek life, different types of parties, different types of objects like the juice keg. I think the bubble blower came at University as well. Here is where they added instruments as well. I think they did their big one with Sims University. And just off the fact that I said that, I think it's my favorite University gameplay out of all of the Sims titles. I might have to put it in top tier. I wasn't going to, but honestly, off the strength of that, I think it deserves it. I think it deserves a top tier moment. Okay, that is all the expansion packs. Now we're going to compare the 3 different collections, because the collections are kind of, you know, different sets of packs and they kind of have different functions a bit. So let's get into that. So the first collection is the Sims 2 Ultimate Collection, and I believe that this includes all of the expansion packs and stuff packs in the Sims 2. Yeah, Sims 2 Ultimate Collection included every single expansion pack and stuff pack, which you cannot go wrong. for the price of one. Actually, wasn't it free? Wasn't it free? I had it, and I have it on my Origin, and I played it on an old laptop, and all of my issues that I had with it honestly were issues with my laptop and not issues with the actual game. Like, I just didn't know what I was doing back then as much. But it was lovely having everything in one. I'm upset that they stopped offering it, but I hope it's still honored if you had it at a certain point and you like move computers like me. I hope it's still honored and that I could get it if and when I get a gaming PC one of these days. I don't think that there are the same issues that you might see in other collections, which I will talk about. So I'm gonna put the Ultimate Collection in top tier because you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong having all the Sims 2 content. Like, okay, next is the Sims 2 Super Collection, which is specifically the Sims 2 games that are released for Mac. So this includes Seasons, Open for Business, Nightlife, Pets, Bon Voyage, University. And in terms of stuff packs, it includes Happy Holiday stuff, Family Fun stuff, and Glamour Life stuff. So we're missing my favorite stuff packs, H&M and Ikea, and we are missing one of my favorite expansion packs, Free Time, as well as Apartment Life. That being said, this port to Mac was done really well. I have been playing this for months now. I have some videos on my channel, as I've mentioned before, and I haven't had issues with it. Like, any minor issues, which to be expected with any Sims game, honestly. None of them are bug free. All of them require some type of fixes and some type of work to be able to run to their fullest potential. But that being said, Super Collection, she's a bit goated. Asper, they ported it pretty well. My only gripe is that it doesn't have everything, but I don't know that it was, I don't know whose control that is under. I hope somebody gets on that and just gives us everything as well, because a lot of people own Macs and it's nice to have it on a laptop, portable. A lot of people have laptops, Mac laptops, so that's what I have to say about it. Now the question is, do I want to say it's top tier or do I want to say it's very necessary? I feel like I don't want to say top tier just because it doesn't have everything that you need, but I think it was made really well. Honestly, it is very necessary. If you want to play Sims 2 and you are a Mac user, it is very necessary. And I'm only not putting it top tier because it doesn't include everything that I would love it to include. Okay, the next and final collection is the Sims 2 Legacy Collection. So this is how EA recently re-released The Sims 2 for PC only, not for Mac, for the 25th anniversary of the Sims franchise. This includes all the expansion packs, and I don't think it includes all the stuff packs. I think they skipped out on Ikea. It might have been for licensing purposes, I don't know, but they don't have the Ikea stuff. But I believe that it has everything else. Positives on this, one is that it includes almost everything, almost all the content, like the Ultimate Collection did. You know, can't go wrong if you're getting all the Sims 2 content in one, like, honestly. Two, the fact that EA even put the effort into try to make this old game playable for players in 2025. Not what I would expect from EA, especially, you know, with the shenanigans they pull these days. I just didn't expect that from them, so that is lovely that they did that. And while there are bugs that I've heard about, I think that they are trying to offer some fixes and patching for it, so, you know, that is good. So the downsides, I think, to this, I've heard that there are more bugs and it's more trouble trying to get this to work on people's computers than the other collections. Super Collection, all I had to do really for a fix was to change my refresh rate on my computer, and that was that. And there were slight little bugs in gameplay sometimes, but nothing to write home about, honestly. Sims 2 Ultimate Collection, I don't think I've heard nearly as many issues or bugs with that as I have heard of with the Legacy Collection. This is not really related, but it is a little bit. Why did they make the cover art uglier for Legacy Collection? Like, why did they make their faces ugly and like AI improved? Or like, it looks like they used AI to like enhance it in some way and it made it look weird. And maybe it wasn't AI, but I did not like the enhancement that they did. It's a little ugly. But, and like I said, I haven't played this myself, so take my words with a grain of salt, but it's just, these are just through reviews that I've watched and read. I've heard that there are some issues with the Legacy Collection, and if you look at the ratings online, the ratings are not that high. But that being said, I'm not sure if those ratings are all like, you know, people who are having issues versus like people who maybe have only played The Sims 4 and are just like, what is this? And maybe they don't understand or get the gameplay, maybe it's not for them. All things to consider with this. But the Lexi collection is available versus the other collections, like Ultimate Collection. If you didn't have it already, I don't know that it's readily available to you. So lots of things to think about here. So for Lexi collection, I'm gonna put it in good. I'm gonna put it in good just because, you know, of those pros, cons, different things about it. But for that one, you know, do your own research, or let me know what y'all think about the Lexi collection in the comments if you played that one. We love a conversation. But yeah, so this is my final Sims 2 expansion pack and collections tier list. Honestly, I agree with myself. I'm looking back at this and I agree with myself and what I said about 10 minutes ago. So yeah, my favorite collection honestly is Ultimate Collection. Just, it has everything. What else can I say? But Super Collection is very lovely and necessary for Mac users. For the packs, honestly, you don't really get a choice these days what packs you can and can't play with. But, you know, just ranking gameplay and like what the Sims team did back in the heyday. Ultimately, I love The Sims 2. Love what EA and Maxis did with this game. Love being able to play it in 2025. Let us have more old games in the modern day. We do not need new and improved all the time. Sometimes you just need optimized and able to be run on modern day software and hardware. I hope y'all enjoyed my ranking today. You know, if you have any comments on anything that I did or said, you know, any comments on the ranking or opinions about packs yourself, leave them down below. I love to hear from y'all. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any recommendations or requests of videos y'all want to see from me, also leave them down below. I would love to hear it. Leave a like on this video and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye.